It's really difficult to reflect on the past year without talking about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, of course. It has affected each and every one of us in our own way, but particularly Mountbatten has been affected because at the heart of COVID lies the very heart of our work, which is death, dying and bereavement. I'd really like to pay tribute to our staff whose work has been impacted greatly by COVID-19. Just the very fact of wearing PPE, of wearing masks and gloves and aprons and not being able to reach out and hug and comfort those they're caring for, I know has affected them greatly. Also, the impact on those people who come to us for our services, the patients and their families. People have retreated into their own homes. The death that has come socially long time before it's become physical for people has been really challenging. So people have not had the contact and the commitment they normally have with the local community, with their friends and family and those people who care for them. I think it's important to say as well that our rooms are normally at around 95% capacity, so we're constantly full and constantly busy. You know, we look after 1,600 people a day at home, so getting the right people in our beds at the right time is really important. So isolation and loneliness has become a huge issue over the last year. I think families as well who haven't been able to say goodbye, haven't been able to say I love you and haven't been able to say I'm sorry. And as we know, all those things are absolutely essential when someone is actually dying. The absence of being able to do that has been huge. And we're already beginning to see the complexity of referrals into our bereavement service of people who are now having to come to terms with the fact that they weren't able to do the very things that are important to them when their loved one has been dying. Our staff have carried on doing the work in the same way. All of our beds have remained open and everyone at home who's needed to be visited has been visited physically by our nurses, our doctors and the rest of our team. We're just walking through into the area of the hospice building where our community nurses live. They have communal offices here and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're going in and out to people's homes across the community. It's all right. You should just walk through, be normal. And I really take my hat off to our staff for continuing to do that, as I said, under extreme circumstances. We've also supported our partners across the community, so more work where our staff have gone into care homes, particularly with people who have been living with COVID or dying with COVID, and supporting both them and the staff at the end of their lives particularly. So COVID has had a major impact, but alongside that we've just simply had to carry on, and we've had to carry on continuing to develop the services that this community on the Isle of Wight need and deserve from us. We know that over the last 2 years the number of people we've been supporting has gone up by 200%. That's a huge increase and has an impact on our resources. We also know that the growth in need is going to continue and potentially another 40% over the next year or so. Just pausing on the way to look at many of the awards that our staff and teams have won, particularly over the last few years. There's a Queen's Award, Charity Retail Awards, Nurse of the Year Awards for some of our staff. You know, it's not about awards, but they do help our team and our staff realise that what they do is important and what goes on here really matters. Ethos of Mountbatten. However hard we work, we know that we're going to need more financial resource and more human resource. And that's where the support of our local community is so vital and so important to us. I mean, one of the nice things about the hospice is there's lots of areas that people can sit and be quiet in. You can see out here some of our volunteers are doing some gardening, tidying up. But there are lots of areas that people can just maybe hide in and spend some time away from each other in order to get some quiet time. Put alongside that the fact that most of us don't want to talk about what Mountbatten does, don't want to talk about death, dying and bereavement, and we have a really big challenge. So our sort of message to our community is to plan ahead, talk to your family and friends about what you would want when you die. John Cheverton Centre. Normally, obviously we've been hit by COVID a little bit and we're just starting to see things open up again. But normally this area is open 7 days a week, about 12 hours a day. And we get about 200 people a day coming through here. At the heart of it is a cafe, serving really good food and coffee. We do Sunday lunch, we have meals in the evenings for people. We've continued to develop our services alongside COVID, and the numbers of people we care for are continuing to go up. Looking at our finances at the end of this year, you will see that they're looking particularly healthy, which may sort of look strange to a lot of people. Certainly with our fundraising events being cancelled over the last year and us not being able to come together to celebrate and to raise money for Mountbatten in the usual ways, the fact that our finances look healthy might look a bit odd. But I guess what's happened is our community have really dug deep into their pockets and donated lots of money over the last year just to ensure that we can carry on doing what we do, and we are extremely grateful for that. We've also had support from the government. They committed £200 million to support UK hospices just over a year ago, and we have been a beneficiary of some of that money, which is right and proper. So people at any time of the day, patients, families, our staff, volunteers, can come and have some quiet time. They can light a candle. And we have a book where people can write anything they want. And I always spend time to come here and read some of these messages because it really keeps me grounded in terms of what our work is about. They're very, very moving, very personal. And although our shops have been closed, we have been able to furlough staff through the government scheme. So there have been ways of us developing different methods of income coming into Mountbatten over the last year. I would say though, we are already seeing and we are already expecting a 30% drop in income, fundraised income over the coming year. So hopefully we will be able to continue our relationship with the community, and once again people will continue to support us. I guess what's really kept us going over one of the most challenging times in any of our lifetimes has been our Mountbatten values. It's been the way we behave, the way we talk, the way that we're committed to our local community, and the way that we say and we believe that we will never ignore anyone who needs our services. Whoever you are, and however you've lived your lives, Mountbatten commits to being here for you when you need us. Our real message of the hospice is don't be afraid to come here. It's your hospice, it's your building. Come and enjoy it, come and be with us, and come and see that actually what goes on here is really normal. We believe that there is a bright future, even during the most challenging of times, and our relationship with our community bears testament to that. Thank you for everything you've done for us and for what you continue to do into the future.
Mountbatten's a great place to work. It means everything to me working for Mountbatten. I really believe in what we do and what we can deliver for our community.
I mean, I was thinking about what Mountbatten means, and I think of it as a community of people who can make a difference, or believe they can make a difference, and support each other to make that difference.
Mountbatten has been a massive part of my life for the past 24 years, and it's enabled me to care and meet for so many wonderful people and families. I'm surrounded by a group of like-minded, talented, great people who love what they do, and it's also enabled me to be the best I can be, and so many opportunities, so what's not to love, really?
For me, Mountbatten is a place of precious encounters, both here and out in the community of the island.
Mountbatten to me is an organisation which is a privilege to work in, to work with our families and patients. And after 20 years of being here, it's my last day today. I wish to thank everybody for the work they do and they will continue to do.
Mountbatten to me is an amazing place to work. It's the best place I've ever had the opportunity to work in. It is our community, and it's the heart of the community, and it's a very, very special place.
Mountbatten is empowering. It's about giving people back control.
What Mountbatten means to me, it's a source of great reward. It's enlightening. It's everything that a volunteer could hope to have. The rewards are immense.
Right, what Mountbatten means to me, everyone is so caring, so compassionate. Everyone just loves each other, and we're all here for the patients.
Mountbatten means to me an amazing public resource for the island, and it's a great comfort as a new island resident that it is here and will remain here for the foreseeable future.